This is your WW3 News. You probably read and probably seen it around, floating around this news item regarding vickrum, digwa, what his name is, the one who murdered poor old Henry Novak in cold blood. Well, some think, some reckon he was attacked in prison with hot water and sugar from a boiling kettle. It's this routine attacks amongst prisoners from a certain level. The fact is, this Ron is not held in Armley Prison, which is in Leeds. He's currently in HPM Winchester, as the bloke off Behind Bars TV has stated, and even him, he has officially said there is no evidence this person had been attacked in hospital by other inmates. But mind you, when they're going to send him to Belmarsh, they were going to say to him, you're going to have to go on the bacon wing, and which there are other types of bastards there, which will probably all do a bit of prison justice, because the inmates know when a certain element of high profile convicted criminal comes, and let's see how it goes there. Belmarsh, probably sending more. Even Wakefield will either be more and more better. The boys will have some fun with him. Regarding this so-called racial attack, vickrum digwa, whatever he's called, said he allegedly was a victim of, there is no evidence of aggression, nor him nor his brother. And it wasn't poor old Hen who started the fight or the attack or aggression. It was vickrum himself. He wanted to show off, wanted to give head. So he pulled out a bloody knife, I should say big fucking dagger, and that's how it started. Chasing him and filming him until somehow he ended up on the doorstep of the house of the Digwa family. What a coincidence. And obviously you probably heard about the Hampshire police trying to smear the name of what you would call it, poor old Henry. They wanted to do a conference in the middle of the trial, and obviously the magistrates said no, because it's against the law. The police can't issue statements of this type during a court case or whatever. They are there to give evidence. If there were officers who responded to the call, who were there on the site of the incident, yes. Not to make political statements. It was a racial attack. It wasn't a racial attack on vickrum digwa, whatever it is. He just murdered that poor devil in cold blood. A student of university, and the first year of accountants. And the fact they say, he was drunk. He was below the legal limit. Therefore, for the eyes of the law, you're not drunk. You're drunk when you superate the legal limit in the United Kingdom. And it looks like the old bill, and I wanted to really dig up in the past of Henry. Why didn't they dig up in the past of his killer? Because regarding where he went to school, his family background and how he was. You can't find nothing online. I wonder why. They are probably hiding as usual things. Because if you didn't release that body camera, or you did, it would be the same shit anyway. Because at the end of the day, it wasn't a racial assault on Digwa. It was all invented. He wanted to play the card of the racist, which did not work. And probably other idiots like him will probably try to. Which I've seen a video in Birmingham, some idiot claiming, oh, you're racial, to call the old Bill. And the fact is, it was videoed. And despite the videos were shown to the coppers, they tried to blame on these 4 people, which they were called over for some reason. Because, you know, it's a bit strange. These people, they're looking for a fight at all costs. If you come to examine each case of these, and this was the case of poor Henry. And the fact this vickrum had an obsession for weapons, swords, daggers, whatever it is, and he was accused of nicking 1,000 quid of them some years ago from somewhere. It's probably that Sikh temple which he was banned from, but we're not sure where it came from. But mind you, him, his brother and his old man has to be in court for those charges of those illegal weapons, which during a search in his premises, they found them. And they were stupid enough to do this cover-up thing on their property. You know, it's amateur night. And regarding the death of poor Henry while the coppers were there, which had things up their arseholes, it was clear in film footage of the body cam, he was already white. He was already dead. Halfway, the old Bill were there investigating the incident. And the fact is, some news outlets said this vickrum was still armed when he went down to the police station, walking freely around the police station in a cafeteria because he was hungry, because the copper said so. No, that is fucking wrong. You should have kept him in an interview room under surveillance, because you have to consider everyone in the incident as suspects until you don't verify how the damn thing went. And obviously pressuring by the Hampshire police on the family of him and probably someone else, politicians, is obviously Labour, not to talk about it. You've got to keep quiet. No one's going to keep quiet about this. People will continue to talk about this for a long time. And even the Sikh community asked for a public inquiry into the murder of Henry Novak. And I think everyone should else. The Sikh community, as on record, they're not violent people, as I know. I used to live in the United Kingdom around 40 odd years ago. And there you are, that's so far what the latest on this case is. Like I said, there's going to be more and more nitty-gritty stuff and slandering the memory of poor Henry Novak's name, because the coppers and the establishment have to do it in the name of diversity, otherwise they'll be called racist. someone has to die and be assaulted to save the arse, not call you racist. I think lives are worth a lot more than your political career and your wokey image.